KOMU8's Rachel Behrndt spoke to two experts and addressed student concerns as they head back to school. So Rachel, what did those experts have to tell you?
Emily, the two experts I talked to said that hybrid learning can be really difficult for some students. They have to manage two different styles of instruction, and it's pretty easy to get lost. But they also said that there are ways they can be successful. I asked DPS students to let me know what questions they had for those hybrid experts so that they can be comfortable with this new style of instruction.
KOMU8's Rachel Behrndt is live at the Capitol with the details. Rachel, what have you learned?
Jordan, behind me there was just a line of Missouri Park Ranger police cars lined up next to where lawmakers enter the Capitol. Today I spoke with a representative from the Missouri Department of Public Safety who told me they were here today assisting Capitol Police.
In Jefferson City today, the House Committee on Children and Families met to discuss a bill that would allow oversight for unlicensed youth residential programs that have previously operated unchecked. KOMU8's Rachel Behrndt is in the newsroom with details.
I was at that hearing and heard emotional testimony from abuse survivors. Everyone was crying in the hearing room, including lawmakers, and those survivors say the same abuse that they experienced years ago is still happening today, all because of a legal loophole.
In addition to those executive orders, 3 of those reversed Trump-era policies that focused on immigration. In mid-Missouri, immigrants and the organizations that help them are reacting to those changes. KOMU8's Rachel Behrndt spoke to one refugee who has made Columbia home.
Ching Haimyo arrived in Columbia in 2009 from Myanmar. She spoke no English then. The nonprofit City of Refuge helped her. 5 years ago, she opened this international market.
Just me and my husband, we work full-time, more than full-time.
She wants to grow her business so she can employ other refugees.
I know about more the Burmese family that who come here, how hard for them, like for work, when you don't know English, when you don't read, when you don't write. It's very hard to get a good job.
During the Trump administration, the cap for refugees entering the country was set at a record low of 15,000. Biden promises to raise that cap to more than 125,000. City of Refuge says these changes will have an impact on Columbia's refugee population.
Stances that this new administration has taken has been really exciting and really positive.
Because of the cap on refugees, many refugee resettlement offices closed partially or completely. City of Refuge expects their work to pick back up and begin welcoming more families to mid-Missouri.
This community has been made better because of these families, and we're really excited to see more families reunited, more people from similar countries or backgrounds who want to get involved with our community.
Haimyo also hopes more refugees will be able to make their way to America, just as she has.
A lot of families are separating, so if they can help the family here, yeah, that would be nice.
In Columbia, Rachel Behrndt, KOMU8 News.
Welcome back. I'm excited about this story. Get this, ice flows form in the Missouri River when temperatures get cold enough to inject freezing air into the river, forming slush. That slush forms together with the help of the moving current to create these pancake-like pieces you see here in the Missouri River. Now, KOMU8's Rachel Behrndt shows us why for some people these ice formations are worth braving the cold.
It's cold out there.
The Missourians are about tired of it.
And most people are running inside.
We're about to get the negatives in single digits here soon.
But Steve Schnarr is heading out.
Like, where is everybody? Like, this is awesome.
Taking in the sights and sounds of ice flows, a visual treat created by the Missouri River and delivered to the banks of mid-Missouri.
It's just that sound and all the visual painting that the river's doing as the ice is forming and moving.
But it's not just the sights that pull him in.
All of this amazing ice, and when you stop and listen, you can hear all of that moving water and moving ice. It's really entrancing.
And he wants you to see the flows for yourself, too.
Come down the hill, come down to the river, and experience it and feel like it's their river.
A gift from nature.
All the wild nature and power that's here.
that flows right through the state.
It feels like the wilderness, you know, and you're right there with a great river view.
In Columbia, Rachel Behrndt, KMU8 News.
KMU8's Rachel Behrndt joins us again now, and she spoke to two experts and asked the questions CPS students had for these hybrid experts. So Rachel, what did they have to say?
Emily, the two experts I talked to said that hybrid learning can be really challenging for both students and teachers, but if they work together, it can also be really effective. Four CPS students told me what they needed to know to feel like they could be successful in hybrid.
How to keep organized with being in two different spots learning-wise.
I think they do need spaces that are, free of distraction. That just don't have the TV playing right next to where you're trying to do school. To the extent possible, like have a place set aside at home that is set aside for learning.
Any tips on good time management?
Having frank conversations with their teachers about what that could look like. Districts have, and Columbia Public Schools could provide some actual content on what this looks like. What does it look like to manage your time?
One expert told me that communication is key to success in hybrid. Now that means communication between teachers and students, but also parents and students. And she added that over communication is even better. So when in doubt, go ahead and send that email. Live in Columbia, Rachel Behrndt, KMU8 News.